welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics and give you those key nuggets of knowledge.
That's the goal.
Today, we're jumping into a pretty recent controversy. It's really sparked some heated debates about press freedom versus national security.
Yeah, this one got hot quickly.
Our focus is on a CNN report about an app used by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and the really strong backlash that followed. So our mission here is to understand the main claims, look at the counter-arguments, and figure out what it all means for you navigating, today's information landscape.
Right, cutting through the noise a bit.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The heart of it all is this CNN segment. It basically revealed details about a tracking app ICE uses for migrants released into the U.S.
And this wasn't just some simple check-in thing.
Oh, exactly. The report described it as a pretty sophisticated smartphone app, GPS tracking, often put right on the migrant's own phone.
Real-time location track.
Yeah, and crucially, it was apparently collecting biometric data, too, and building up these extensive travel histories.
And almost immediately after that report aired, CNN faced intense criticism.
Intense is the word.
What's really interesting is how fast it escalated and, the specific things they were accused of. Karoline Leavitt, who's the national press secretary for the Trump 2024 campaign, she very quickly accused CNN of, endangering public safety. Her specific warning was that the coverage could actually incite violence.
Against ICE agents and even citizens was the claim.
That was the direct claim, yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a heavy accusation. Inciting violence.
Yeah.
What was the thinking there? How did they connect the report to that? Seems like quite a leap.
Well, her argument was that the report revealed sensitive operational details about how these tools are used to, quote, protect the border.
Sensitive operational details, like what specifically?
Leavitt really focused on the fact that the report mentioned the app's geofencing capabilities and also its link to facial recognition databases.
Okay, so the specifics of the tech.
Exactly. Her point was, by making these methods public, CNN was, in her words, knowingly putting federal officers and innocent Americans at risk.
How so? What was the perceived risk?
The concern seemed twofold. One, that this info could help, bad actors figure out ways around the system.
Okay, evasion strategies.
Right. And two, maybe exposing the network of agents who use these tools, making them targets, potentially.
So that's one side. CNN revealed too much, potentially creating a security risk by giving away specific operational methods.
That's the core of that argument.
But like you said, this isn't just a security debate, is it? There's a big counter-argument here from CNN and, press freedom advocates.
Precisely. And this is where you see the fundamental disagreement. Critics of that backlash argue the segment's whole purpose was transparency, bringing light to how immigration enforcement actually works.
The watchdog role of the press.
Exactly that. From CNN's viewpoint, this is what journalism does. They'd argue that showing how a government agency uses advanced surveillance tech, especially an agency with so much power over people's lives, is absolutely in the public interest.
The idea being that citizens need to know this stuff.
Right. To evaluate policy, to hold government accountable, to make sure civil liberties are being respected, even if some details feel sensitive. For them, the public's right to know, democratic oversight often outweighs the potential risks of misuse.
And this is where the political angle really comes into focus, doesn't it? Because supporters of the Trump campaign framed this not just as a security issue, but as another example of what they see as media bias. Irresponsible reporting.
Yes, and the timing, politically sensitive, was definitely highlighted in the source material.
It really becomes a case study then in how factual reporting on a charged topic can be used, or maybe weaponized, to discredit media, especially around elections.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this whole situation really underscores that constant tension, doesn't it?
Right.
Between the media's role in transparency and these perceived risks to public safety or, national security.
It's a fundamental conflict.
It's not just about this one app. It brings up those big questions about immigration policy, about press freedom itself, and the ethical lines journalists have to walk, especially with sensitive information. It's almost a call for everyone involved, media, political figures, to balance telling the truth with being responsible about potential impacts.
So thinking of you, the listener, what does this all mean? This deep dive into the ICE app controversy, it's more than just one news story.
Right.
It really opens a window onto this complex, ethical tightrope we as a society are constantly walking. It raises that critical question. When we're covering sensitive things like immigration enforcement, how do we balance the public's right to know against potential real-world consequences, especially when you have groups with such strong, conflicting views?
It's tough. There's no easy formula.
No, it's a complex ethical balance, and it's something we're definitely going to keep seeing debated and played out, a dialogue that needs constant attention.